Hi there, welcome to Two Birds. I'm Fiona and today's class is a 30-minute Vinyasa flow class that can be done any time during the day really, if you're a fast riser, or ideally at the end of your day when you need to make a little bit of space between the day you've had and transitioning into your evening. So when I was younger, I always used to go to the gym after work to empty my head, and this is my middle-age yoga equivalent of that strategy. It's a really nice class that moves quite briskly at a steady pace that'll get you out of your head, into your body, reconnected with your breath, and hopefully lead you into an evening that just feels relaxing. I hope you enjoy. Thanks for joining. Namaste. And begin your practice in child's pose, taking the knees a little wider than your hips and your buttocks to your heels, extending forward through your arms and reaching your little fingers toward the edges of your mat, spreading all your fingers. Bowing in, letting your forehead rest or hover on the mat. Inviting your breath into the back of your lungs, as if you're breathing the full length of your spine, tailbone to the back of your skull. And breathing in, just feeling your spine doming toward the ceiling. Breathing out, softening the belly between your thighs. And take 3 more rounds of breath. Calibrating your breath so it feels even and smooth, finding a rhythm for your practice. And we'll start to flow. Glide up onto all fours and extend your right leg out behind you and your left arm forward. Just find that symmetry across your hips so that both hip points point down toward the floor. Your right toes are flexed. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring your elbow in toward your knee and round your spine. Hug your belly. Inhale, extend. Exhale, curl in. Breathe in, extend. Exhale, hug in and up through the belly. Breathe in, extend, hold here, right leg extending, left hand to the floor. And then shift your heart forward through your arms, take a low push-up, elbows balanced over the wrists. Press back up, high push-up. As you exhale, right knee to the floor and buttocks to the heels, return to your child's pose. Deep breath in. Empty the lungs. Reset. Second side as you glide up onto all fours, reach your left leg back and your right arm forward and just find your alignment there so you feel level across the back of your hips, left toes flex. Deep breath in. Exhale, curl in, rounding your spine. Inhale, extend. Breathe out and breathe in. Last one. Exhale, curl in, elbow in toward the knee, dome your spine. Inhale, reach away, fingertip to your heel. Right hand down to the floor now. Keep the left leg raised. Shift your heart forward. Take a low push-up. Come to a hover. Push back up, high push-up. And then set your knee down, buttocks to the heels, child's pose. Deep breath in. Slow breath out. Gliding up onto all fours now for modified side plank. We'll balance on our right hand first, right hand in the right lane, right knee behind you, and left leg extending out straight so you're facing the long edge of your mat. Once you feel steady, reach your left arm up toward the ceiling, stacking your left shoulder over your right shoulder, and pushing down through your right shin so you can get a little lighter and more engaged through the right side oblique muscles. As you breathe out, left arm extending overhead any amount, Find a comfortable lateral stretch through the left side of your body. And then turn your gaze down, take the left hand down, shift over to your left side. Left hand underneath the shoulder, left foot turns behind you, right leg extending out straight. Try and anchor the whole sole of your right foot onto the floor, and then raise the right arm up toward the ceiling. Left side obliques working. Reach up a little higher to the edge of your right ring finger, and then send the right arm overhead. Find your comfortable lateral stretch, anchoring the pinky toe side of your right foot down as you reach away energetically to the edge of your fingers. Eyes down, hands down, return to your child's pose. Reset, buttocks to your heels. If you can, creep your fingers a little farther forward as you sit your buttocks back toward your heels, elongating your spine, breathing a long, deep breath into the full circumference of your lungs. And if you need to take a break or do less anytime during the class, this is your rest pose, so feel free to return here anytime during the class. Join back in the flow whenever you're ready. Next breath in, glide up onto all fours, tuck your toes, and make your way into your first downward facing dog, Ardha Mukha Svanasana. Hands are shoulder width apart. Wrist creases are parallel with the top edge of your mat. Light bend in the knees and your sit bones pointing high up toward the ceiling, really emphasizing length through your spine and the sides of the waist. And gently pedaling out through your heels, warming up through the back seams of your legs. And keeping your jaw and your mouth relaxed, your breath moving at a steady pace to support your practice. And settle into stillness, heels reaching back in your comfortable range of motion. Just prioritizing length through your spine so you don't feel rounded. Arm bones extending. Gaze is soft and still. One more full cycle of breath. Light bend in the knees. As you breathe out, look forward and travel to the top edge of your mat, bringing your big toes to touch. When you arrive, straight legs, flat back, take a halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, and then soft bend in the knees, forward fold over the legs, Uttanasana. Rise slow to stand, sweep your arms out and then up overhead. Take the gaze up to the tip of your thumbs. Exhale, hands to your heart center. 2 rounds, Surya Namaskar. See our low lunge salute to warm up through the hips and continue to mobilize the spine. Deep breath in, sweep your arms overhead, gaze up. Exhale, swan dive forward over your legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fingertips down, lunge your right leg back, right knee softly down to the floor. When you're steady, reach your arms up alongside your ears. Stay here for your out breath. Let your hips lightly sink forward, right glutes engaged. Inhale, reach tall. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step quietly back, plank pose. Take an extra breath here, chest bright and open, long and strong in your body. As you breathe out, either knees, chest, chin, or a full push-up all the way to the earth. Keeping the elbows tucking in, low baby arch through the spine. Nice firm belly as you roll back on your knees, downward facing dog. Smooth breath in, keep breathing. Slow breath out. Step the toes together, raise your right leg up and back. As you exhale, take a giant leap forward, low lunge, left knee to the floor. Reach the arms when you're steady, breathing in. Stay for your exhale, breathing out. Deep breath in, reach a little taller through the sides of your waist. Exhale, fingertips to the floor, stepping forward, toes to touch. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold in. Rise on your in-breath. Sweep the arms tall. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Arms overhead, breathe in. Dive forward, breathe out, hinging from your hips. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, left foot lunging back, left knee to the floor. One movement, one breath. Arms sweep up, breathe in. Hands to the floor, breathe out. High push-up, breathe in. Low push-up, breathe out. Back bend of your choice. As you breathe in, savor your breath. Breathe right up toward your throat. Slow out breath, return to downward facing dog. Fill up with your breath. Empty the lungs, feel the hollow of your belly. Left leg rising as you breathe in. Step the left foot forward and right knee to the floor, low lunge. Arms reach, breathe in. Hands to the floor, stepping forward, bring the big toes to touch. Lift up halfway as you breathe in. Forward fold close to your legs as you breathe out. Soft bend in the knees as you go. Rise all the way to stand on your in-breath. Hands to your heart on your out-breath. And then deep breath in, sweep the arms overhead, one round, Surya Namaskar A. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, plank pose. Keep your gaze forward there, heels reaching back. Low push-up, chaturanga. Upward dog or cobra, a back bend of your choice. Just roll the front of the shoulders back and down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Light bend in the knees and go ahead, walk your hands back to your feet at the back edge of your mat. Land the heels down and keep a bend in the knees. Come up halfway. Take the hands behind your back, interlace your fingers and take a shoulder stretch as you fold forward. You can bend the knees a little deeper here and let your arms float away from your back any amount. Try and lift the front of your shoulder heads up away from the floor so your neck and head can relax down. Shoulder blades squeeze in toward the midline of your body. Keep the knees bent, your feet where they are. Light bend in the knees, sweep the arms up and come into chair pose. We'll hold for 3 breaths. Drop your weight back into your heels. Lift and open, brighten your chest. Lengthen through the sides of the waist. Lifting the lower ribs up out of the hips. Firm belly here. One more deep breath in. Exhale and forward fold over your legs. Walking out to plank pose, we'll take a halfway lift. Look to the top edge of your mat. As you exhale, walk yourself forward and rock forward onto the balls of the toes. Keep the gaze forward. Deep breath in. A Vinyasa. Exhale, low push up either to the floor or hover. Upward dog or cobra. And downward facing dog, and we'll keep it rolling. Toes step together, right leg rising as you breathe in. Step your right foot forward to a high lunge as you breathe out. Right foot over in the right lane. Sweep the arms up alongside your ears. Come on up, torso upright. As you exhale, fingertips to the floor, step forward. Bring the toes together, top edge of your mat. Halfway lift, breathe in. Forward fold on your out breath. Coming into chair pose, Utkatasana, bend the knees. We're just here for a beat. Reach the arms, sit low. Exhale and forward fold. Ardha Uttanasana, breathe in. Exhale, right foot lunging back over into the right lane, high lunge. When you're steady, nice firm core, reach the arms, lift the heart, breathe in. Exhale, hands to the floor and flow, stepping back, high push-up. Exhale, chaturanga, bring your heart forward there. Inhale, breathe all the way up to the collarbones in your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Toes step together, back edge of your mat. Left leg rising as you breathe in. Left foot forward, high lunge, breathe out. Rise on your in-breath, front of the pelvis lifting in and up, reach up. Exhale, fingertips to the floor, stepping forward. Toes come to touch. Breathe in, halfway lift. Keep moving with your breath, forward fold, empty the lungs. Chair pose next. Lean into your heels, reach the arms, bend the knees. And forward fold, let it go. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, left foot lunging back, high lunge. Get steady there, arms reach, breathe in. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back and flow. Take a rest whenever you need to. High to low push-up, upward dog or cobra, and downward facing dog. Breathe and rest. Anytime you'd like to take a rest or do less, take the knees to the floor, buttocks to the heels. If you're in downward dog, a deep stride between the back of your hands and the toes there to access a full back body stretch. Feel your leg bones, your arm bones growing a little longer. Feel the broadness in your upper back at the very top of your inhale, firmness in the belly, the end of your exhale. Go ahead, shift forward to a high push-up. Pause here, long and strong in your body, setting up for side plank. Balancing on your right hand, shift your heels to your right. You might choose to stack your feet here or keep one foot in front of the other. Both legs engage, right hip lifting up away from the floor, left hand to the sky, opening up to the long edge of your mat. Try and make a rainbow shape through the right side of your body. Reach the left arm overhead, big lateral stretch. Then turn your gaze down, eyes down, hands to the floor, straight over to your left side. Left hand down, roll the heels to your left. Right hand reaches up toward the sky. Extending your tailbone down toward your heels. Stay engaged through the front of your pelvis and also those left side oblique muscles to hold you steady. Right arm overhead. Exhale, hands to the floor. Take a vinyasa if you're feeling energetic. Take a rest if you'd like to do less. Upward dog or cobra, back bend of your choice. Downward facing dog. Little light bend in the knees. Go ahead, walk your hands back to your feet at the back edge of your mat to set up for gorilla arms. Stretching out through the wrists and a light rest. Deep bend in the knees there. Slide the palms of your hands underneath the soles of your feet. Bringing the big toes toward your wrist creases. And take your halfway lift. You might find that you've still got a micro bend in the knees there. Really just draw the ribs out of your hips so you can lengthen your spine. And then exhale, forward fold over the legs. Try to avoid pulling on your low back spine, just getting a nice stretch through the back of your wrists by leaning toward your toes and gently lifting the hands, stretching through the back of your wrists. And letting your head fully relax, and we'll take one more cycle of breath. Releasing your hands, slide the hands up to the shins so you can fully open, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold over the legs. Rise all the way to stand here. Big deep breath in, stand tall. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. Inhale, gaze forward to the top edge of your mat, walk yourself out, downward facing dog. Keeping the heels heavy. Bring the toes together at the back of your mat, raise your right leg up and back. As you exhale, step the right foot forward in between your hands, coming into spread leg forward fold. Walk a quarter turn around to your left. Angle your heels out, your big toes in. So you're going to wide stride here, about 4 foot. Fingertips under the shoulders. Breathe in, extend your spine, your heart forward. As you exhale, forward fold between your wide legs. And you might like to catch opposite elbows if you are a little bit more elevated there. Or you can thread your hands between your legs, turning your fingertips to point backwards. Try not to overreach or overdo it, keeping that integrity in your shape and your form. Front of the thighs engaged. Weight evenly tipping from the heels to the toes. Resting breath. And then walking the hands back underneath your shoulders, pop up onto the fingertips, take a halfway lift. As you exhale, hands to the hips, coming up with a flat back, leading with your heart, come all the way upright. Warrior 2 to your right side, right toes turn, forward to 12 o'clock, lunge in your right leg. Left leg stays super straight. Left toes turn in a little here. And then bring balance through your upper body. Armpits balanced over your hips, wrists over the ankles. Right and left arm fully engaged, your gaze steady. Keep the legs where they are, flip the right palm up. Inhale, reverse your warrior, reach up and back. As you exhale, side angle pose. Your right forearm can rest on your right thigh, left arm straight up toward the ceiling. Or you might like a deeper variation there if you're a little bit more open in the hips. Try and guide the inner right thigh toward your knee, the eyes of your kneecap toward the middle toes of your right foot. Push down through your right foot now. Inhale, reverse. As you go, straighten out through your right leg to set up for triangle. Reach up and back. We've got a long stride here. So as you reach out and over the midline of your right leg, just taking your right hand below the knee to the shin, left arm straight up toward the ceiling. So hold the legs really strong and steady, staying a little bit more elevated and prioritizing length through both sides of your waist. So you minimize that crescent shape on the right side of your ribs, gently softening the left side rib cage down. Deep breath in. Exhale your hands to the floor. Take a vinyasa or do less. Step quietly back to downward facing dog. Taking your high to low push-up. Upward dog or cobra. Pause. Exhale, downward facing dog. And just rest. Breathe deep. Reset. Two more cycles of breath. And stepping your toes together, second side left leg rising on your in-breath. As you exhale, left foot forward between your hands, setting up for Prasarita Padottanasana. Spread leg forward fold. Walk yourself around to your right. And then just make sure your toes line up here and you're slightly pigeon-toed. Fingertips underneath your shoulders, take a halfway lift. And then fold any amount between your wide legs. Feel like you're hinging from your hips. And letting your spine cascade down. And letting your brain drop toward the very top of your head. Relaxed in the face, in your expression. And then fingertips come back underneath the shoulders. Take a halfway lift and extend your spine. Exhale, hands to the hips. Leading with your heart. Strong legs come all the way upright through the torso. And warrior 2 to your left side. Left knee bends toward a right angle, right leg stays powerfully straight. Arms reach out into a T, straight up and down through the spine, and try and stay really relaxed around your neck and your shoulders there, proud across the chest. Lunge just a little deeper there. Keep the legs where they are. Inhale, reverse your warrior, reaching up and back. On your exhale, side angle pose, Parsvakonasana, forearm to your knee, right arm straight up toward the ceiling. And try and spiral the left side ribcage open, drawing your right collarbone back in space, finding a comfortable position for your gaze. Hold it steady. Power up the back leg. Press down through your front foot. Inhale, reverse your warrior. As you go, straighten out through your left leg. Feel the thighs hugging your leg bones. And then on your exhale, triangle pose, Trikonasana. Left hand just setting down underneath your knee. Right arm straight up toward the ceiling. And finding a comfortable rotation through the hips there. Hips open up toward the long edge of your mat. And supporting yourself with a firm abdominal core. Not too rigid, just keep your breath moving. And give everything a little bit of length and space. Take one more deep breath in. As you exhale, look down, take the hands down and take a flow, either stepping back, high to low push-up, or quietly moving back into downward facing dog. We'll all meet up there. And with a light bend in your knees, go ahead, walk your hands back toward your feet. And when you arrive, widen the feet away from one another. Spin your big toes out, angle your heels in, and prepare to come into Malasana Yogi Squat. Just gently bending the knees and sitting down on the back of your legs. Feel free to stay a little bit more upright there, sending the buttocks back and your weight into your heels. Forearms could rest on your knees or wedge the elbows to the inner knees. Press the palms to your heart center. Lengthening through your spine, dropping the tailbone, lifting to the very crown of your head. Releasing fingertips in front, walk your feet back to hip distance apart here. And bend in the right knee, take your right fingertips in front of your right foot and open up to your left into a twist. Left hand straight up toward the sky, working towards straightening the left leg. And then switching sides, left hand down, light bend in the left knee, right leg straight, right hand to the sky. Keep extending through your spine. And then eyes down, right hand down. Breathe in, come up for a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. Stay low here, we're just going to breathe in, look toward the top edge of your mat and walk yourself out to downward facing dog. Try and keep those heels heavy, the thighs pressing back in space as you walk your hands forward. Spread all your fingers, last downward dog for the class. Just experimenting perhaps with a longer stride, a deeper breath. And then from here, step your right foot forward in between your hands and walk your right foot over to the left. So it crosses the midline of your body. We're going to set up for a twist. Slide your left knee up to the pinky toe side of your right foot and come to sit. Ardha Matsyendrasana. And if you feel too twisted up, go ahead and extend the left leg out straight. If you're extending the left leg, flex your toes, left kneecap points toward the ceiling. And we're taking a closed twist. If you're tweaky through the low back spine, feel free to twist around to your left in an open twist. Otherwise, right fingertips behind you, left hand to the ceiling. On your out breath, go ahead, hug your right knee or hinge your elbow to the outside of your right thigh. Keep your palm facing out and gently twist. Lifting on your inhale through the torso, turning lightly on your exhale. So all your movements are incremental, mindful and conscious of where the twist is happening through your spine. Try and focus it in through the middle of your ribs, upper back, and then finally your gaze, back of the neck. Gaze turns out over your right shoulder. One more deep breath in. And exhale to release, and we will just switch sides. If you take the straight leg variation, your right leg straight here, left knee is over the top. If you'd like to close your twist and close the legs, right heel would come to your left buttocks. For an open twist, revolve to your right. For a closed twist, left hand behind, right hand to the sky. Breathe in. And exhale, find that comfortable position for your right arm or elbow. So you can avoid as much as possible leaning back here. Try and get very tall, and it'll feel like you're lifting your low ribs up and out of your hips. The sternum lifts up toward the crown of your head. Left collarbone moving back in space as you twist. We'll take one more smooth breath in. And exhale, release. Face forward and unravel your legs. And taking your feet about hip distance apart here, flexing at your toes. Sit tall on your buttocks and then reach your arms up toward the ceiling. Taking a forward fold, Paschimottanasana, hinging forward from your hips and landing your hands anywhere on the outside of the legs, or if it's accessible for you, just catching a hold of your feet and just doing that incrementally, giving yourself a few breaths to arrive in your forward fold. And then slowly releasing. We're at that 30-minute increment now. I'd recommend just sitting quietly or resting back in shavasana for at least a few minutes to complete your practice. Gathering any props or extra layers to help you feel comfortable. And just resting quietly and allowing your body to relax and reset. If you have chosen to lay down there, just making sure you've given yourself lots of space. Your feet are wider than your hips. Your palms are face up just to encourage your shoulders to lay open. Your hands are away from your body. Your spine's in one straight line. And then just let your eyes naturally close. Letting go of your effort and just feeling your weight drain into the support beneath you. Feeling the front of your body gently recede back. And then just giving your mind's eye a single point of focus. And hold your attention there. And for those of you who do have a little bit more time, enjoy the rest. If you're ready to move and step out into your day, just starting to wriggle out through the toes, stretch out through your body. Breathe a brighter breath. Bending your knees, taking your feet to the floor if you are laying down. And turning out to your right side. And gently dragging yourself all the way back up to sit. And I hope you've enjoyed this brief, brisk flow. Thank you so much for joining. Namaste.